in this race were near to zero. With 11 minutes and 41 seconds, that means that if we stopped it right now, he would be 2 minutes and 23 seconds down on the general classification, which would put him into second place, which I'm sure he would take. Of course, it's not going to stay like that, because I have no doubt that Quick-Step Alpha Vinyl will continue to chase now, given that the time gap's gone up. And once we get to the climb, given the efforts that the breakaway have put into it versus the GC riders behind who've been fully protected and out of the wind, it will come down by at least 3 minutes, you would have thought, to most of those guys. But nonetheless, Wilco Kelderman could be launching himself up the GC today.
He's in second currently.
I bet Remco and the team are quite happy they don't have another descent today. This will be the last one that they have to tackle, but I can imagine that might have knocked the confidence out of them a little bit. 2 days, 2 crashes for Quick-Step on easy corners. They both, I think Alaphilippe went a little bit quick around the outside. Remco tried to hug the inside line and both came down. So both of them ride at error, but I'm sure that will start to play in his head a little bit. He doesn't want to crash anymore. He wants to be as safe as he can. He'll try and take it easy on the descent, so I'm sure he'll be quite happy they've only got an uphill finish.
Nothing worse than having the initial crash itself is then crashing on the same spot again a day or 2 or 3 later. It is absolutely horrific if you've ever gone through it. If you haven't, I don't recommend trying it, just so you know. But yeah, like you said, rider error, but Julien Alaphilippe just slightly wide of the racing line, it looked yesterday. Remco, he was narrow of the racing line, and where your tyres are able to maintain grip. What I found interesting is they went down in very much the same manner. The front and rear tyre seemed to let go at the same time, and Remco fell in much the same way as Julien Alaphilippe. When I looked at a replay of the fall of Alaphilippe yesterday that was taken on someone's mobile phone, you see he fell down on his backside pretty much, but he put his hand down, and that seemed to be the moment where his hand has hit the road and it's jammed his arm and his shoulder, and that's where he's dislocated his shoulder. The initial fall where he just sort of put his hand down, it popped his shoulder back and out, and yeah.
Well, for those of you who haven't seen an update on the health condition of Julien Alaphilippe, he was taken to hospital yesterday. And Adam's getting very excited. He must have done some research on this particular church, I think. But just a few more moments. He's dislocated his shoulder, so nothing broken. And so there's a half-decent chance that we might see Alaphilippe again before the end of the season. And there's also a small chance he might still be able to compete at the World Championships. No further word from the team as yet, but keep your eyes out for updates. And let's hope they're for the best. Welcome back, everybody. Adam is itching to give us some facts at this point.
Yeah, that wasn't the church, but I'm going to read out the church stat anyway. So at the finish down in Estepona, the Lisbon